Today, checking out a new iPhone cage from SmallRig. This is a mobile video kit from SmallRig for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but they also make it for the 15 Pro. But this one is the special edition from Brandon Li. And Brandon Li is a filmmaking YouTuber who I've watched for years, and now he is endorsing, or I guess making products with SmallRig. That's Brandon right there. And so what comes with this kit? I have to say the packaging is pretty nice. Well, you get the cage itself, and this reminds me a lot of their previous cages. It's very lightweight, made out of aluminum, I'm assuming. It's got all the mounts there, and so it's a very nicely designed, and again, very lightweight cage. Got a bag to keep it in. Not sure I'd ever use that, but hey, nice that it comes with it. And this is pretty cool. It comes with an ND filter. And so there's a mount that connects to the lens mount to connect this ND filter, but that is nice. So this is a really good kind of all-in-one kit. Got a cleaning cloth for the lens, and then you've got a couple handles here, I think. You're seeing this as I'm seeing this. I don't usually pre-open this stuff, and I haven't here either. Yep, that's a handle, and there's something else on this side. Candy? Nope, it's a mount. And I did read online where these mounts are interesting because they're toolless, and so you can just connect it to this and then connect it to the cage without tools. And so we'll look at that in just a minute. And then I'm guessing this is the opposite handle. Yep, this one has the same connection, and one of these is supposed to have, yeah, there it is, has a shutter button built into it. And so while I don't do a lot of photography, I'm not sure if that's what it's for. They usually don't connect very well to video apps, but we'll check that out as well. It'll often connect to the native app, but third-party apps, not so much. But the construction of this is nice. I do like it a lot. It feels very sturdy in your hand, but it's lightweight. So I've got the cage on a SmallRig tripod, and then I've got a handle here that's another brand. It's a third-party brand, but I like using these handles to lift the phone up. And then here is the cage. And again, the cage is very well built. It's lightweight. And one thing I really like about it is it has a lot of quarter 20s over there on the top and then on the bottom. And then on the side, it has a couple cold shoes and then a place for your hand grips. And so if you've had a SmallRig cage before, it's a very similar design. This one though has a little bit of pizzazz, so to speak, added to it. It's got Brandon's signature, and then it's got a little green tint, and so it looks good. I like it. And then you got your lens mount here. This is an M mount, which is the Moment M. And so far in my testing, the only negative to this case, because the M-mount lenses don't work properly with the 15 Pro Max. And so a little bit of a strange choice. However, they do sell different camera plates that are the T-Series 17mm mount and also 37mm mount. And so I do like seeing that. You now have a lot of options, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. And then I mentioned the handles earlier are toolless, and they are, except when you actually put them together. So there's two screws that go in here, and then the actual mount right here that connects to the camera is toolless, and it's got a little quick release. And I think they actually call these handles quick release handles. And so all you do is you take it, pull it back, and it snaps right in, and now it's connected. So that is a pretty cool design. And you can flip the handles. Do it any way you like, depending on your setup. For me, when I'm shooting, I like a right-hand handle. And it can go like that. Or again, you could flip it upside down, depending on what you're doing. And this is the handle with the shutter button. And so the shutter button is just a wireless control. and you hold it down and it starts to blink, and then it'll connect to your phone. And then one nice thing too, the shutter button itself, the top just pops off. So if you don't want to use that, you don't have to. And then you've got a cold shoe. And so that way, if you had this connected to the side and you want to put a light up there or a microphone, then you've got that cold shoe and that one and the one on the side. So lots of opportunities to mount accessories. And then if you want to have the shutter button back on there, you pop that right in there. And each handle has a built-in compartment that stores an Allen key. And then the same with this one. This one has a rubber top. That way, if you're holding with your thumb, you've got a nice comfortable grip, but you can push it and it comes right off. And then you've got the cold shoe underneath there. So if you have that handle on this side, you've got all kinds of cold shoes. But one thing that's pretty cool, the way I have this set up right now, you can see that the screws are going horizontal here instead of vertical like in this one over here. And so the mount is actually horizontal as well. And the reason for that, let me get this cold shoe piece back on the cover. The reason for that is you can mount this on top as a top handle. And so now you've got a handle on top. I like a top handle sometimes when I'm carrying my phone. Don't necessarily want to shoot with one like that. I would probably shoot more like that. But it's nice to have this top handle. And then of course with this quick release, you just pop it right off and you don't need it. But it's nice that these handles are dual handles, because some of these type handles really are designed only for the side. And then some top handles are really just designed as a top handle. And so in this case, they're multi-purpose. And so I really like that. Makes it much more user-friendly depending on the setup you're using. And so now let's talk about the lens mount again, because it comes with some pretty cool accessories. And the main one is this filter mount. Now, if you've ever used the Moondog Labs multi-camera filter mount, that's basically what this is. And you could actually use that on here if you had the Moondog Labs one actually, because this is designed for an M mount lens. So all you do is you connect this to the lens mount. I think it goes in this bottom one, and you twist it on. And now you've got coverage for all the lenses. And so they include an ND filter. And I thought it was a 52 millimeter thread, and it might be, but I'm pretty sure it's just magnetic, and it clicks right on there. And so now you've got a VND on your phone. Really easy to use, and you can just pop it right off. ND filter is one of the #1 accessories I recommend, and in particular if you're just starting out, but really for anyone, that will make the most difference in the way your footage looks as compared to a traditional camera. Because on a phone, you control the exposure with ISO and shutter. Without an ND, your shutter is super fast and you get a staccato looking image. And one last thing, to install the phone, there's a button on top. You just pop that down and then you just slide the phone right in. Very nice and easy. And I mentioned the lens mount is an M mount. They also make a T series, and then they make a 37 millimeter and a 17 millimeter. But one thing that I did is I picked up an adapter from SmallRig. This is an M mount to 37 millimeter mount adapter. So you just connect this almost like you do the ND filter, and now you've got a 37 millimeter mount on there. And the lenses that use 37 millimeter mount are really beast grip. And I have a 1.7 times telephoto here. And so now I've got a beast grip lens on a SmallRig cage using the adapter. So again, that's a nice way if you have the M mount adapter to use different lenses with this cage. But the best choice would be to buy a different camera plate, which again, SmallRig offers, but it does not come with this kit. So overall, I think this is a really great cage. You can't go wrong, truth be told, with this setup. The only negative to custom cages is, of course, they are designed for a specific phone. So when you get a new phone, this cage doesn't work, although the accessories should carry over to a different design. But as custom cages go, this one would be near the top of my list, and since it also comes with an ND filter, it's a really great one-stop type of solution to get you out there shooting a nice looking video. So if you're interested in the cage or any of the accessories I showed here, there are links in the description. Thanks for watching. This is Blake Calhoun. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.